And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, New Year's Eve, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, Santa Claus, and of course that old outlaw, that cagey old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It's time for weekly purchases, and we got a little bit of a pickups this week. Not a whole lot, though. If you guys saw last week's pickup, an absolute all-timer. One of the biggest hauls I've ever had in my entire life. This week, one of the smallest hauls, so a little yin and yang action going on this week, and that's all right with me. I got a lot of stuff to do, and of course, we're going to start off with a little housekeeping, as we always do with weekly purchases, and let's start it off with a little Patreon giveaway, and Patreon December, the month is almost up. We got the giveaway. It is CM Punk. Today, if you're watching this on Sunday, your last chance to get in on the giveaway for the month of December. So CM Punk Supreme Walmart exclusive giveaway for December. But we got to turn our attentions over to January. New year, new me, something like that. But we do have the NECA Ultimate Broadway Gargoyle to give away for the month of January. Very, very cool. Of course, I've talked about it before. I have all these gargoyle figures. I need to start unboxing them. I got to decide where to put them in my collection as well. But we will get to this on Kyle Peterson 2.0. Most likely we'll do like a Thursday Gargoyle Day or something like that over there. We'll see what ends up happening. But Gargoyles are quite the toy line, quite the cartoon, as I've been working my way through those episodes as we go along the way. So very fun to get these Gargoyles. This will be the January giveaway here in 2024. A lot going on the channel, as you can imagine, in 2024. And special shout out to everybody out there, as Kyle Peterson 2.0 just hit 3,000 subscribers. Thanks to each and every one of you guys who are subscribing to my second YouTube channel. Got daily videos over there as well. A lot of shorts, a lot of unboxings, Turtle Tuesday, extra toy hunts, all kinds of stuff over on Kyle Peterson 2.0. So make sure you subscribe to both YouTube channels. A lot of stuff going on every single day on both channels, as you know by now. Hopefully. But make sure you subscribe to both of those right there. Another little piece of housekeeping. Pro Wrestling Tees. They have a 20% off discount code going on this week. Of course, check it out. Pick up a t-shirt, support the channel, get the Turtle Anxiety shirt, get the Rio shirt, get whatever you want, or get a Terry Funk shirt. Everybody needs a Terry Funk shirt in their collection. Save 20% right now. Got to get a deal all day long. You guys know how that goes. But now we got to get to some more housekeeping. Of course, the week that was on both YouTube channels, you know, we have like 28 or more videos between the two channels every single week. It's a lot of content. Hardest working man in the game, like a young James Brown at the end of the day, as we always do say. But it is the end of the year, and that means best of list. Had a lot of best of lists going on the last couple of weeks. Have a lot more going probably the next 2 weeks as well, as we count down everything we talk about on these channels. Top 10s, top 5s, you name it, it's all going down, so make sure you check out those. A lot of first-hand knowledge. Of course, we unboxed every single one of these figures over the last year. Now we're finding out what the best of the best is for all the toy lines. Then at the very end, it is Royal Rumble season after all. All the winners of their respective categories go into a big final countdown video, and we truly define what the best figure was of 2023. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss those. But this week we did top 10 retro wrestling figures of the year, top 10 Marvel Legend comic figures of the year, top 5 Hulk Hogan figures of 2023, top 10 miscellaneous wrestling figures of the year, top 10 Super 7 figures of the year, top 5 He-Man Masterverse figures of the year, top 10 He-Man Masters Universe Origin figures of the year. Got all the top 10 McFarlanes to come, top 5 vehicles, of course top 10 classified G.I. Joe, top 10 Ultimates WWE, top 10 Elite WWE, and all points in between. So a lot of best of videos to come on the channel. Be ready for that. But of course, last week being the lead up to Christmas, a little bit of that going on. We did do a t-shirt collection Christmas Day with my wife. Hopefully you enjoyed that. 2 different Santa McFarlane unboxings, put one on each YouTube channel. Thought that was pretty cool. Even one of them, we about burnt the house down. So a little bit on the fly right there. As always, always thinking on your feet. We did a little of that. Zombie Santa Claus, we unboxed that one on the channel. We also did a special Christmas Day unboxing of the 4 Horsemen Ghost of Jacob Marley figure obscura with my dad. And this was an extra special video, as a lot of you guys and gals that have been watching the channel know. That, unfortunately, is my dad's final YouTube video, so he says. He is retired from YouTube videos with me. I don't know what I'm going to do with these NECA unboxings in the future. I'm going to try to find somebody else, an old man around the corner, see if he'll do it with me. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but definitely my dad says he is totally done. A lot of nice messages, a lot of support out there saying, Dad, don't quit. Dad, don't quit. We need more. He's not listening. He's not listening, apparently. So wipe away the tears. I'll just have to go solo here. I guess that's what we're going to have to do. I just didn't know it was so soon. I just didn't know it was going to happen so soon. But here we are. But hopefully you enjoyed that unboxing. 40 minutes. Oh, off the rails as usual. But a fun video. One of the funnest videos we've ever done on the channel. I will say that much right there. So check that out if you did miss that. Other videos on the channel this week, the LJN-inspired Coliseum Collection, George the Animal Steel, Roddy Piper 2-pack, unboxed that one. Unboxed the Wrestling Something Wrestlers Headbangers 2-pack. Our weekly Jack's Classic Superstar video every single Tuesday. We did that again with good friend of the channel, Jesse Ventura, of course, in that video there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, of course. Jack's Classic Superstars book coming very, very soon. Finishing touches being put on that. Should be up for order in the next couple of weeks. Much more to come on that into the next year, of course. Shout out to the old Jack's Classic Superstars. Super 7 Ultimate Party Wagon. Oh my gosh, if you missed that one, check that out. An amazing, amazing vehicle. Very cool, very cool. We unboxed it on the channel this week. Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2. Dr. Octopus, we unboxed that one. Captain Carrot DC Multiverse, an absolute game changer figure of a character I'm not even familiar with, but man, a good figure is a good figure. What? Todd said it's the best figure. Okay, Todd McFarlane on the couch, per the norm these days, hanging out over there, of course. Also on the second channel, we unboxed Bruce Banner, Marvel Legends Infinity Saga. Batman and Robin, we unboxed that whole wave, and the Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure. We did that on Kyle Peterson 2.0. We also did the Pizza Fire Van, and I put a full-on midnight attack on my wife in the bedroom with the old Pizza Fire Van. Check out that video if you missed that one. We also did the new Super 7 Ultimate Shredder for our Turtle Tuesday, so check that out if you missed it as well. And then, of course, Figure Hunt on both channels this week, and this week, of course, on Kyle Peterson 1.0. Sure, why not? The one you're watching right now. We did do a video of my journey with my family to Monday Night Raw, along with figure hunting as well. But shout out to good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes, for getting us those tickets there, making sure the wife and kids were taken care of there at Monday Night Raw. So shout out to Cody Rhodes. He didn't have to do that. It was very nice of him. So shout out to old Cody Rhodes right there. So now that's the housekeeping. Now it's time to get down to the question of the week. All right, time for the question of the week, and it is a long one. This comes from a little boy up there in Michigan. It says, from Xanatos Franks, an interesting name if I ever saw one. Hi, Kyle. Lately, I've been really living the gargoyle life. Well, that's very convenient with the giveaway, of course, January on the Patreon. As most of my days now revolve around getting the figures, watching the show, and just plain thinking about gargoyles most of the day. My question and my fear is, ... Oh, never good when there's a ... Is it possible to turn into a gargoyle by living the gargoyle life too much? I've heard it has happened to some people already, and now I'm finding myself nervous and honestly scared. Also, what are the signs that I should look for to know if I am turning into one? I can't find a whole lot about it online, but I do feel different. Thanks for all your help. And oh my gosh, that's a loaded question. And I'm not sure. You might need to see a doctor on that. It's very much like the werewolf life is the gargoyle life. But let's break this down a little bit here. I understand wanting to watch the show, collecting the figures, thinking about it all day long, because I think we're all like that. We're all collectors at the end of the day. And especially a new collection, something you get obsessed with, you're thinking about it all the time. You're like, oh my gosh, I need this one, this one. And I've been that way since I was a little kid with checklists. Okay, I'm going to get Storm Shadow here. Then next time I'm getting Mutton Junkyard. But if they don't have Mutton Junkyard, I'm going all in on Footloose. So you got that kind of thing. And that sounds like what little Xanatos is coming up with right here. So I understand that. And there is a possibility if you live something too long, you're going to turn into that. And I think the great Lemmy at one time, I'll shout out to Lemmy, Lemmy. Shout out to Motorhead, rocking the colors today, celebrating all things Motorhead as usual. Wasn't it Lemmy, like way back in the day, the doctor said, Lemmy, you need to get a little bit healthier. You need to start eating things like blueberries. It'll help you. And then Lemmy just said, you know what? All I'm going to eat is blueberries. And then he got, too much of blueberries is a bad thing. So it was just one of those things. He said, you know what? I'm going back to the Jack and Cokes, and that's what I'm going to do. Smart guy, wise guy. But that's one of those things. I think you start living that goyle life like you seemingly are doing here. You are going to eventually turn into a gargoyle. I don't know how hard your skin will get. It might take thousands of years. Gargoyles, it takes a while. The process is a long process, but if you start to see like sunlight and you're like, oh, and you're feeling like you need lotion all over your body when the sunlight comes, definite suspect that you are turning into a gargoyle. I honestly think there. And it says you're finding yourself nervous and honestly scared. If you are starting to get that feeling with sunlight, I would say you're well on your way to being a gargoyle. And I don't know if there's any turning back. I think maybe if you watch the Gummy Bears, you remember that show? Jumping here, there, and everywhere back in the day. I think it was an NBC cartoon. I think if you start watching that, it does reverse the effects of gargoylism. I'm not totally sure, but I've heard that has worked. I saw that in the old country one time. The old country, they said that. But Gummy Bears might be the cure. I am no doctor. I don't claim to be one, but I have heard that works. But some of those signs, though, that is it. If you start to see the sunlight, you start getting kind of dry skin, that means you're turning into a goyle and you're living that goyle life. So all the best to Xanatos Franks up there in Michigan. I hope you can steer the course. Moderation is the key to life. All about moderation. We probably all need a little help like that if we are collectors. So there it is. That's the question of the week from one Xanatos Franks. If you want to be the question of the week, put your comment in the comments down below. Put your question, and you might be lucky enough to get answered in next week's weekly purchases. And speaking of weekly purchases, it's up next. Get down to the weekly purchases, and not the biggest of weeks. We got one round right here, but like I said, last week an all-timer and needs some buffer zone. Next week, hopefully a little quiet as well as we recoup some finances is what we need to do from time to time. We'll see what happens in January. Got a lot of stuff to unbox on the channel, so as usual, make sure you do subscribe. A lot of content to come, not just this stuff, but stuff from the last couple of weeks that I'm getting to. Trust me, I'm getting to it. But let's kick it off with weekly purchases, and I got these in via Big Bad Toy Store. What do we got here? We got New Warriors Justice. We got Namorita, of course, the new Void Build-A-Figure wave. Got Black Panther right there, looking good. We got Namor, not my Namor, but we got a Namor, and it looks good in the new packaging, the old packaging, I guess, technically there. Chris Starr, an all-timer. Can't wait to talk about this one a little bit on the channel. And then we got Vision. Oh, I see a Vision. There it is, looking good. And then we do got Supreme Power Princess, or Squadron Supreme Power Princess. Don't call her Wonder Woman. Got her through the door this week as well. Also got Dr. Octopus, which I couldn't wait to dive into. We already unboxed him on the channel, so check out that video if you missed the Doc Ock Marvel Legend. Also got one I already unboxed as well. It is Finn Balor Elite 107, a nice little gift action from Ringside Collectibles. Very nice of them to send this for the holidays with a little box of candy. Very cool, very nice of them. So I got Finn Balor 107 through the door. Check out that review up on the channel currently there. Also from Ringside Collectibles, I did do a little order, and I did get the new Defining Moment cases. I ordered these. Of course, I'm a Double Up Club member of the Defining Moments collection, going way back to the old days, probably the old country like we talked about earlier. But I did get 4 cases for that latest round. Didn't grab all 4, but 1 gets the job done. So I did get that. I also got a little clearance action from Target, under $10 for this one. A little Fortnite. I dabble in the Fortnite. I got this Menace character. A lot of people have been doing the hack of putting this head on Falcon from the G.I. Joe Classified line. I might do that, but a $10 little warrior looks very interesting. I figured this might be something we unbox on Kyle Peterson 2.0. Check out the extra head, see what's going on. Dare I say, see what all the fuss is about. We might do that. So stay tuned for that one, a little Fortnite unboxing. I did get a Christmas gift from my dad. Good friend of the channel, Dad, come back. I'm going to say it every week. Maybe not, but Dad, come back. But I did get for Christmas Mythic Legion's horse. Oh, a horse is a horse, of course, as we all know. Got this one here this week for Christmas. I would really like to buy 4 of these for the Ninja Turtle. Of course, the Samurai Ninja Turtles, which I still have to unbox on the channel. But maybe they'll fit on this one. We'll see what ends up happening. Might need to get more of these horses. We'll see what shakes out. But we got just a couple of things left here. I got to give a special shout out to good brother of the channel, good friend of the channel, a guy hopefully we'll see on the channel a little bit more in 2024, is good friend of the channel, old Jeff George. Jeff George sent me a little gift ski for Christmas here. He sent me something special, and he said, Kyle, never go full Centaur. Just go Centaur in your own Mythic Legion package. So he did send me this Centaur. You never go full Centaur. An interesting one. Would you rather be a Centaur or a Minotaur? That should be the question of the week. What would you rather be? Personally, me, I'd rather be a Minotaur. I feel like they're respected more than a Centaur. Centaur's got that goofy look, but man, an all-timer look here. Maybe I'll have my Ninja Turtle ride the Centaur. And one thing I've heard about Centaurs over the years, they don't like to be ridden. They take great offense to being ridden. Hey, I'm part human. I don't need to be rid, but you never know. It's kind of like our old good friend of the channel, once again, Emmanuel Lewis. He hated it when people would pick him up. He's like 24 years old and people are picking him up. Hey, I'm not a kid. Don't be picking me up. Centaurs can kind of relate to that one. But man, thank you, Jeff. And Jeff wasn't done there. He sent me another little something special here. Good shout out. I'm not going to get this whole thing open. I'm actually torn. I almost don't want to open this one up, but it is a Mondo Man-at-Arms Motubi, the designer fancy ritzy Man-at-Arms right here. 1 of 500 he sent my way. Absolutely breathtaking in person here. Definitely designer, definitely artistic. I might ask my wife, can we open this up and put this in the living room up on the mantle? Could we do that? I don't know what she'll say. We'll have to ask her there. But shout out to old Jeff sending me those two things. Definitely awesome stuff, no doubt about it. Definitely a great home in my collection, no doubt about it. So thank you again, Jeff. Thank you to my dad. Thank you to all of you for making the holidays so special at the end of the day here. But quite the pickup. Definitely small, but definitely mighty this week. The perfect amount, if you ask me there. So that's my haul from Christmas. Be interested to hear what you got from Christmas. Anything you got? A lot of deals, a lot of sales out there, a lot of long games to be played. Did you get anything great for Christmas? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget question of the week next week. You could be the question of the week. Put your question down there. And of course, a lot of stuff coming to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to both of them. A lot of year-end best of lists. We're right in the thick of it right now as we try to figure out what the best figure of 2023 is. A lot to come on both YouTube channels, so make sure you are subscribing. Make sure you like all the videos. Give the videos the old thumbs up. Always helps the channel, of course, as you guys and gals do know. Don't forget about Patreon for the giveaway, but of course, early access to all the YouTube channels, bonus videos, Q&A, pizza stuff, dog stuff, you name it, all going on over there, the old Patreon channel, and much more to come on a daily basis. And then, of course, you can support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, big sale this weekend. It's do or die time. If you want a shirt, you want to save 20%, now's the weekend to do that. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So, for another weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the new year.